Construction equipment is set to roll in here this week at what's known as the Cornhusker Clink, the ICE detention facility that opened just over a month ago in McCook. The expansion will increase capacity from 50% from 200 to 300 detainees. But as 5 state senators toured the facility Monday, questions remain about what this rapid expansion means for Nebraska and how it fits into a much larger national picture. I'm Bailey Peffer with NTV News.
As a former soldier, it reminded me very much of maybe like a basic training facility. So we had, the open bay where there were about 50 beds, and it looked like maybe in that bay of 50, it looked to be like 40 of them had blankets on them and 40 of them were being used. And they encouraged them to try and keep like a military atmosphere, maybe where they wanted them to make their beds, they wanted them to keep it tidy around their bunks.
The math behind this facility is staggering. The federal government is paying Nebraska $2.4 million per month to operate this detention center. That's nearly $270 per detainee per day. The contract promises to net the state $14.25 million annually. The facility began accepting detainees in early November. According to the senators who toured the facility Tuesday, between 100 and 150 detainees are currently being held there, well below the current 200-bed capacity. Yet construction begins this week to add 100 more beds.
We did get to see they have a nurse always on staff. They have it's not a doctor or full-time, like a PA on staff. We did get to see where they were I call it looking at the detainees there where they had to go to be that. We even saw one detainee that was waiting to go in to visit that staff or whatever. So we were explained all of that, how they are the medical care, and if something that would happen that they need more advanced medical care, how they then are transported to the local hospital.
Senator Doran organized a tour inviting all 49 Nebraska state senators. Only 5 attended. They walked through housing units where detainees currently live, toured medical and dining areas, and saw the outdoor recreation space surrounded by security fencing.
What this facility is a holding unit for ICE for detainees. These are not people convicted of anything. These are detainees from all over the nation. Nebraska's role is the Department of Corrections. All the people that work in McCook, there are no ICE individuals at McCook. It is strictly NDCS. Nebraska employees run this facility, and in a sense, we're the landlord and ICE is the renter.
It's very clean, very peaceful. The detainees some were sleeping, some were watching TV, some were at a table playing cards. Then another item that I noticed, on the wall there was probably almost every country in the nation mentioned with their flag and the name of the country and a phone number for the consulate for them. I found Russia, China, Iran, Mexico. There were a bank of about 6 telephones. They could dial that number to get their consulate from their country if they wanted to. So I was pleased to see that they had resources if they wanted to take advantage of them.
Senators who toured the facility described it as clean, peaceful, and well-run. But this expansion is part of a much larger national effort. ICE detention has reached record levels nationwide, with more than 59,000 people currently being held, the highest number ever recorded. Congress approved $45 billion this summer to expand capacity even further.
They didn't want to tell us a number, which I thought was very interesting because that was one of the first things I asked. So the reason that they didn't want to tell us a number is because it fluctuates so much.
Juarez points to a troubling national trend. This year has become the deadliest for ICE detainees in 2 decades, with at least 20 deaths recorded in 2025. Immigration advocates report overcrowding, medical neglect, and understaffing at facilities nationwide as the system rapidly scales up. Here in McCook, approximately 65 new state positions will be added to staff the expanded facility. The contract runs through September 2027 with options to extend. The facility was initially designed for 200 detainees with an average stay of 5 to 45 days while they await deportation hearings. Multi-purpose spaces are being repurposed to accommodate the additional beds. NDCS Director Rob Jeffries says his team has embraced the mission with excellence. The expansion here is scheduled to be complete within months. The facility currently houses only men classified as low to medium-low security risks who are awaiting deportation hearings. According to the state's contract with ICE, this arrangement will net Nebraska approximately $14.25 million annually through September 2027. The facility opened in early November, and now, just weeks later, it's already expanding. I'm Bailey Peffer with NTV News in McCook.